What was your favorite celebrity to read? You read Khloé Kardashian, right?
Yeah.
She seems like a real fun one.
She's great. She, of all of them, is the one I'm closest with, and I'd consider her a friend. I would say my favorite reading, probably RuPaul.
Yeah.
Just because that's somebody I looked up to as a kid in a rural place, and then to be able to kind of help him kind of work through some trauma with his dad was something neither of us thought would ever happen. So it was pretty cool.
Are you always right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look, even Michael Jordan misses some of his free throws, baby.
That's true.
He does. Look, swing. Whoosh.
I'm usually right, so you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, wait, I might be clairvoyant because sometimes when Lauren talks, I feel a headache coming on in the distance.
He's
It's
sensing
coming.
it.
It's coming.
Wait, so
I can
you're
predict
not
it.
always right?
No.
What is something where you missed that you were like, fuck, I got that wrong?
Oh, let me think. When have I been really, really, really,
You
really
can't
wrong?
really think about it.
I was surprised. I was surprised of certain presidential elections. I didn't see that coming.
Huh.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. Like I said, I'm not good with like big, large scale events, things like that.
But
I'm
on a one-on-one, are you not always right, or are you usually right on one-on-one?
about 85%. There's always room for like misinterpretation or perhaps just human error.
What do you do when people get upset with you, if they do get upset with you? Because you're dealing with some heavy topics here.
Yeah, upset in what way? It depends on what kind.
Maybe somebody doesn't like what you're saying or doesn't like what's coming through or is... You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe they're like, they're not ready to hear the message.
Totally. I definitely have to use discretion in the people that I read and be conscientious of being diplomatic with every person. I liken my job to that of a mailman in the sense that I don't write the letters, I just deliver the message. But how I deliver the message is my responsibility. And if I ever get the sense that someone's uncomfortable, especially if it's on camera, we stop there. And I think it's very important that for people to speak up, and consent and boundaries is key. But we have times where we talk about very heavy stuff, very difficult things. I encourage people to consider the message. And yeah, there's been times where people have had to get up and leave. I remember I read Anne Heche. I don't know if you guys saw that reading, but that story, as tragically as it ended, that reading really reflected that intensity. She had to get up midway through the reading and had a very emotional experience. And she thanked me after, for it. But it was one of those cases where I thought she was mad at me.
What did you say to her in the reading? Did you know she was going to die?
No, I was very, very sensitive in handling that, in connecting with her brother. And her brother had a very tragic passing, and it came through and had relayed some very private details around her family origins and what she had gone through. And there were very encouraging messages, but to get the reality of that experience, I think, was more than she was expecting. You have all different types of expectations when people go into readings. Some think it's going to be real, some think it's going to be fake. Even if you come into it thinking it's real, sometimes it's a little too real for someone to fully process in that moment. So they need to kind of take a step back. And that's what happened in that case. I truly feel I left her better than I found her, and I felt better for having met her. But you do have to deal with difficult subjects.